I think about all the times in war zones where I've been shot at or rocketed. This was by far, though, the scariest night of my life. I was falling over in my room. I thought I was going to vomit. I was incredibly nauseous. I had this incredible ringing in my ears, and I knew something was really wrong with me.
That is retired CIA operative Mark Polymeropoulos describing the night he suddenly got sick in a Russian hotel room. For years, American diplomats and spies posted in Cuba, Russia, and China have reported the same mysterious symptoms: dizziness, fatigue, hearing loss, and memory loss. And the illness forced some into early retirement. Now, a report compiled by the National Academies of Science and obtained by NBC News validates what some American officials have long believed, that the symptoms suffered were likely the cause of directed and pulsed microwave energy. Joining me now is NBC News chief foreign affairs correspondent and the host of Andrea Mitchell Reports, Andrea Mitchell. So, Andrea, we've been talking about this story for years now. There was a big takeout in the New York Times years ago about what was happening in Cuba. Why did it take so long to get this report?
Well, first of all, they only started about a year ago at the National Academies of Sciences with a really top-level group of scientists, engineers, all looking at this. And in fact, for 3 years we've been covering the story. But there are so many differences in the way people reacted to whatever is causing it. And there were theories that it was mass hysteria, which really upset a lot of the State Department people. And it also, then popped up in China with other people at consulates there. And now, in fact, unrelated to this study, in the last 18 months alone, there have been several cases of CIA officers, according to a source with direct knowledge of this, that have popped up in Europe, elsewhere in Europe, and in East Asia. So, there are more cases of this occurring. And it took a long time for people to believe that it was happening. Their symptoms were very different. And that's something that the head of the task force, the National Academies of Sciences task force, Dr. David Relman, explained to me. He said, with this theory that it is most likely, not proved, but most likely, this microwave energy, which the Russians, by the way, were the first to begin researching and had weaponized in the past, and all the literature is written in Russian, in Cyrillic, that, in fact, this reacts differently in individuals because anatomically we're all different. Our skulls are different thickness, different shapes. So the way a microwave pulse weapon would hit you or hit me would result in very different symptoms. I could have hearing loss. You could have visual loss. You could have migraines. I could not. And, one of us could have vertigo. All of us could have vertigo. So everyone was very distinctly different in their symptoms. And that made people say, well, this can't be one thing. They thought it could be chemicals, toxics. There was a cricket theory. There were all kinds of crazy theories. And this is what they have gone through. And they haven't, as I say, studied the most recent cases. They haven't studied Mark's case specifically. But he's the first CIA officer to, first of all, be forced to retire himself because he couldn't cope with it, with the 3 years of
running out of time,
terrible pain, and do his job. Anyway, I just want to point out that the State Department,
Mark has complained about not being able to get the support he needs. I'm sorry, Andrew, just one quick question. What's the government doing about this?
Well, that's one of the issues. The State Department wouldn't even let this report go to Congress until Jeanne Shaheen and a number of Republicans as well and Democrats complained bitterly, and they only got it Thursday or Friday. We then got it as well. And look, they finally then released it. The academies released it. They wanted it to release it all along. 4 months have gone by without anyone doing anything that we know of. And the State Department says, well, this is possible a source, but not probably, not conclusively. So they're still downplaying it.
Well, we'll see if that changes with the Biden administration and new leadership at the State Department. Andrea Mitchell, thanks so much for staying with us, and thanks for bringing us this reporting. This is a story that's been intriguing me for years now, and I'm glad we're getting at least something of an answer about what could likely be the cause.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.